I'm Faith Benedict and I work for Coldwell Banker Realty. I'm actually from Maine. I've lived here my entire life, so I'm a hardcore Mainer. I live in Scarborough, Maine as of now, so I'm a bit of a local. I've been in the Scarborough area for most of my life. I went to Thornton Academy in Saco, then I went to University of Maine in 2015. I ended up doing that for 2 years, and then I transferred to Parsons School of Design, so I did a little bit of that. But I've always, home is Maine. So my roommates they actually work for Bailey Vacation Rentals. And so during quarantine, I spent 24/7 with them. So I got to see it for how it was. My roommate, Allison Bailey, her mom also does real estate as well. She owns her own company. So seeing how the girls handle their business and how I could handle mine, I was kind of going through a weird time during quarantine. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't know where I wanted to be. And so just watching them do their thing, watching them do vacation rentals and talking about realty and talking about clients, I made an interest out of it. I got really into it and I looked into getting my real estate license, and I did it in 2 weeks. I don't recommend it. I finished it out in 2 weeks and I became a real estate agent.
So, I know you were probably, and correct me if I'm wrong, were you looking at other careers? Like why?
I wanted to do visuals. I was into merchandising. I really wanted to do something in design. And I mean, in a home, you're dealing with the bigger design, bigger visuals. And as a kid, I used to draw homes, and I loved building homes on like every design app you could think of. I love decor and I love visuals.
Yeah.
I really can put out my mind out there. So I wanted to invest in real estate, and that's something I really wanted to do. I wanted to sell a visual. I think I will do better with first home buyers just because I am a first time agent, and something with first time home buyer, they don't really know what they're getting themselves into, and I want to invest all of my time into them. And it's something that if we can take an older home or a home that's a little run down, I'm able to sell an idea out of it and make a visual out of it. Well, you can really do this with this room, and if you really brighten up the walls, it's going to make the space feel bigger, things like that, where I think with an older couple, it's going to be a little harder for me to relate to them as I'm 23, so I think I would do way better with a first home buyer for sure. Maine's beautiful. Maine is absolutely beautiful, and it has all its sceneries. I mean, you look at Cape Elizabeth, you look at Falmouth, you look at Kennebunk, Wells. I mean, that entire coast is just gorgeous. Maine sells itself. It's a very quiet state and it's very genuine. And what Rich was saying as well is that these people are very welcoming. Mainers are super welcoming, and they want to share their state and they want to share the love that they have. So when you see New Yorkers, Connecticut, and Massachusetts people coming in, I mean, it's a completely different ball game. They aren't used to the niceness. They're not used to this area where if you're driving an hour, you're probably gonna end up far up in Maine, and with an hour there, I mean, you'll probably get to the next town. Maine has a lot to offer. It's a lot of space, it's beautiful scenery, and you get the best of both worlds. I mean, you get the scenery and it's a lower price as well. So I've seen from Mass and Connecticut, I mean, those homes are really expensive, and it's when you see Maine, they're a little lower in price, but you're getting a bigger yard, you're getting a bigger view, you're getting a nicer home, and it's more genuine than when you see Mass and Connecticut and New York, where it's a little run down. I love to cook. That is my hobby. I love seafood, I love pasta, and putting those two things together just makes the most beautiful meal you could ever think of. I truly enjoy cooking. That is my thing. I became a whole new person with quarantine. I spent so much time at home, and I was looking on Pinterest of all these different recipes and what I could do, and that's where I really invested my time, was cooking, and I got really good at it, and I think I'm pretty good. I can see on a buyer's level for 2 to 5 years. We're getting into bigger developments, we're getting into neighborhoods, and we're expanding and making a bigger area, and we are seeing a lot of more out-of-stater buyers, so we're trying to make room for them. So I think in that market, we're gonna see a huge expansion on that part. For renters, I think we might see maybe more homes go for rent than apartments. If we're seeing bigger developments and maybe bigger homes and bigger neighborhoods, I think more people will attract to that as a buyer, and then the renters will probably get the older homes. I don't really know. I haven't really considered where renters would go. It's more, I sell and buy. Portland, just because it has everything to offer. I mean, especially for people our age, you have the breweries, you have the bars, you have the restaurants, you have that scene. Especially for me, who I love food, it's a city full of food. I mean, everything's walkable. You don't need a car. You don't need that extra. You don't need to go out of Portland to go to the grocery store or to go anywhere else. Like, everything's right there. So Portland's a great area. Also, I would recommend Saco too. The Mills. The Mills is a massive, massive, massive building, and it carries a lot of apartments in there, and it's cheap. It's cheaper than Portland. I can't really say that the Mills might be cheaper than Portland, but in Saco it's cheaper than Portland. And you might even be able to get more square footage out of it as well. So it is a bit of a drive. It's about 20 minutes from Portland, but you're paying less and you're probably getting more square footage as well. So you can reach me at 207-573-8318, and my email is faith.benedict@cbrealty.com.